First thing, do you know where your fears came from? Now, I ask you this because you're born with two fears: fear of falling, fear of loud noises. You can see that in little babies, like they have that thing where their hands come up, and if a door slams or whatever, they wake up with a fright. They're the only fears that you're born with. All the rest have been programmed into you or given to you by some loving person in your life. Like, I think about all the fears that were given to me. Don't do that, you might fall and hurt yourself. Don't do that, you might da 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 da. Don't do this. And it was never like, you think about it, as a child, you're great at using your imagination and creating the picture. So if your parent says, don't do that, you'll burn yourself, instantly a kid will just go and touch it, and then they burn themselves. I told you not to do it. So then we're afraid of things later on in life. Or don't do that, or this might happen. Or we watch the television, or we watch a movie and something not so good happens, and then we're scared, like, if we do that, that's the result that we're going to get. So we're very quick at tying things together, and it stops us. It stops us from going out and doing the very thing that we want to do, because we have this voice in our head that says, if you do that, this is what you're going to get. If you do this, now you will become, or you will attract to you whatever you are conscious of. Now, I had a friend tell me a scenario that happened to her, and I bought into it. I was just like, oh my God, I'm so sorry about that. And then because I put emotion to it, it became something that I created in my life. So I want you to ask yourself a couple of questions here. What fears do you have that are holding you back from the very thing that you want? And then what fears can you look at and go, that was passed down to me from my mum saying this, or my dad saying this, or the school teacher doing this, or watching this, or hearing this, or seeing this play out in somebody else's life. What can you see has been given to you, not as a gift, but as something that holds you back from the very thing that you wanted? And then ask yourself, which one of these do I don't want anymore? Like, which one of these fears do I want to be rid of, so that I can have the things that I want? I can live the life that I want to live. When you were a small child and you could not think for yourself, so much information was just going into your mind and creating all your belief systems. Now, I had a fear of heights for many, many years, which was given to me from my mum because she was afraid of heights. And then my sister was, and then my other sister was, and then there was people on TV that I'd watched that were afraid of heights, so I just thought this was a normal thing. It's actually not normal. What we think is normal is not at all. So if you're going after a really big, hairy, scary goal, you are going to come up against a fear. Because if you don't already have it, the only thing that's stopping you from having it is a belief that you can't, and that's going to come from a fear. Now, fears have kept us safe. This is how we've been controlled for a very long time. The media scares you and controls you with fear. If you go out there and do this, you will catch this disease and then you may die. So everybody stayed inside. If they don't want you to do certain things, they just put it out there, and then we just toe the line unless you don't listen to it all. Fears have been used to control us. No two ways about it. If you're here, say hi. It's a Tuesday night, 1st of August. If you didn't have some fears, would you be a bit further down the road? If you didn't worry about what other people thought, like, that used to be a big fear of mine, that people would talk about me behind my back if I'd stepped out of the box that I'd put myself in. They were talking about me anyway, so it didn't really matter. And they're probably not even that interested, really. So just ask yourself, what fear would I like to eliminate? And you can do it like that. It's easy as. You just stop telling yourself that story. It's so simple. All right. Thanks so much for being here. Bye-bye.